celebrated 90s R&B group known for their soul-stirring hits, once captivated audiences with their powerful vocals, has faced devastating personal and professional struggles. What led to the tragic unraveling of this iconic band, and how did their story take such a sorrowful turn? How it all began. Brownstone is an American female R&B group that rose to prominence in the mid-90s. The original members of Brownstone were Monica Mimi Doby, Charmaine Maxina Maxie Maxwell, and Nicole Nikki Gilbert. Their journey to stardom began in Los Angeles, where they met each other at various auditions and decided to form a group. Monica Mimi Doby, Charmaine Maxie Maxwell, and Nicole Nikki Gilbert, the founding members, came together in a city known for its music industry opportunities. Each member had a strong, distinct voice, and their combined sound created a powerful, dynamic vocal harmony that set them apart from other groups at the time. The trio's musical synergy was palpable, and it was clear they were poised for success. They took their time auditioning and perfecting their sound, which helped them develop a unique style that would soon become their trademark. The trio became known for their rich harmonies, powerful vocals, and soulful music, which resonated with fans of R&B and pop music. Their big break came when they were discovered by executives at Michael Jackson's record label MJJ Music, which was a subsidiary of Epic Records. Brownstone's signing to MJJ Music was a pivotal moment in their career and a testament to their talent, as Jackson himself was known for his high standards. Under MJJ Music, Brownstone began working on their debut album and was soon introduced to the world of professional music production. Brownstone released their debut album, From the Bottom Up, in 1995. The album was a major success, bolstered by its blend of contemporary R&B, soulful melodies, and the group's powerful harmonies. The single If You Love Me, released in late 1994, was the group's breakout hit. The song featured strong vocal performances, a memorable hook, and a classic 90s R&B sound, characterized by smooth melodies and a rhythmic beat. If You Love Me quickly climbed the charts, reaching number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 2 on the Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart. It also achieved international success, reaching the top 20 in several countries, including the United Kingdom, New Zealand, and Australia. The song was certified gold by the RIAA and became one of the most recognizable tracks of the era. Following the success of If You Love Me, Brownstone released Grapevine as the second single from their debut album. Grapevine is noted for its sultry, slow-burning groove and the group's lush harmonies, demonstrating their vocal prowess. The song resonated deeply with listeners and peaked at number 49 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 6 on the Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart. Though it did not chart as high as their debut single, Grapevine became a fan favorite and is still celebrated today as a quintessential 90s R&B track. After achieving significant success with their debut album, From the Bottom Up, and extensively touring around the world, Brownstone faced internal changes that would alter the group's lineup and dynamics. Monica Doby, one of the founding members of the trio. Doby's departure from Brownstone came at a time when the group was riding high on the success of hit singles such as If You Love Me and Grapevine. They were earning critical acclaim and numerous award nominations, including a Grammy Award nomination and a Billboard Music Award. However, as with many music groups, success often comes with its own set of challenges, including the pressures of extensive touring, media attention, and the need for constant creative output. In an interview with Donnie Simpson on BET's Video Soul, it was stated that Doby left the group due to health reasons. She reportedly suffered from bronchitis, which affected her ability to perform and maintain the rigorous schedule that the group was under at the time. Bronchitis, a respiratory condition that can severely impact vocal performance, could have been debilitating for Doby, given the vocal demands placed on her as part of Brownstone. This explanation was initially accepted by fans and the media, as the group's strenuous touring schedule was well documented. However, in subsequent radio interviews, it was revealed that Dobie's departure from Brownstone was not solely due to health issues. The cause of her split was later attributed to internal strife with the other two original members, Charmaine Maxwell, and Nikki Gilbert. While the specifics of these internal conflicts were not extensively detailed publicly, it became clear that differences among the group members were a significant factor in Dobie's decision to leave. Tensions within music groups are not uncommon, especially as the pressures of fame, creative differences, and financial matters often come to the forefront. In Brownstone's case, these internal conflicts appear to have reached a point where it was no longer tenable for Dobie to continue as a member. The exact nature of the disagreements remains largely speculative, as the parties involved have chosen to keep many details private. Still, it was clear that Brownstone, like many groups before them, faced challenges in maintaining harmony both on and off the stage. Following Dobie's departure, Brownstone brought in Keena Cosper, a singer from Detroit, to replace her. Keena Cosper's addition marked a new chapter for the group. Cosper had her own unique style and vocal presence, which helped to maintain the group's powerful harmony-driven sound while also adding a new flavor to their music. Cosper's background and experience brought fresh energy to Brownstone, allowing them to continue performing and recording without losing the essence that made them popular. This new formation of Brownstone continued to perform and record together, keeping the group's momentum going despite the shakeup in their lineup. Over the years, Brownstone experienced several more lineup changes as they continued their music career. After Keena Cosper, other members included Kimberly Wright of Detroit, Raquel Roberts of Los Angeles, and Tisha Brown of Detroit. These changes reflected the group's evolving sound and challenges in maintaining stability amidst the pressures of the music industry. Despite these challenges, the group managed to keep their fan base engaged and continue to release music and perform live. The lineup changes within Brownstone undoubtedly affected the group's trajectory and output. While Brownstone never quite recaptured the widespread acclaim of their debut album, they maintained a loyal fan base and continued to perform and release music sporadically. After a period of transition within the group, Brownstone worked to reestablish themselves in the music industry and prove their resilience, with new member Keena Cosper joining original members Charmaine, Maxwell, and Nikki Gilbert. The group faced the challenge of maintaining their sound and chemistry while introducing a new dynamic. This period of adjustment was marked by the release of their sophomore album, Still Climbing. Released in 1997, Still Climbing was Brownstone's second studio album, coming 3 years after their successful debut, From the Bottom Up. The album was released under Michael Jackson's MJJ Music, a label under Epic Records, and represented a critical moment for the group as they sought to sustain their initial momentum despite the changes in lineup and the evolving landscape of R&B music in the late 90s. 5 Miles to Empty, the lead single from Still Climbing, was released as the group's return to the music scene after their initial success and lineup change. The song showcases Brownstone's distinctive vocal harmonies, a defining feature that had made their earlier work so impactful. With Keena Cosper joining the group, the single aimed to show that Brownstone could continue to deliver powerful and emotive music, even with a new member in the fold. The single received positive reviews from critics who praised the vocal performances of the group members, particularly noting the seamless integration of Keena Cosper's voice into the established sound of Brownstone. 5 Miles to Empty achieved moderate commercial success, reaching number 39 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 6 on the Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs chart. The song's performance helped to reaffirm Brownstone's presence in the R&B genre and demonstrated their ability to produce compelling music even after a period of internal changes and challenges. The music video for 5 Miles to Empty further helped solidify the song's impact. The video featured a storyline that mirrored the emotional tension of the song's lyrics, enhancing the audience's connection to the music. The album included other notable tracks such as Kiss and Tell and In the Game of Love, which further showcased the group's vocal prowess and ability to navigate contemporary R&B sounds. Despite the relatively lukewarm commercial reception compared to their first album, Still Climbing remains a testament to Brownstone's perseverance and dedication to their craft. In 1998, Brownstone continued its efforts to remain relevant and active in the music scene by contributing to the soundtrack of the film The Players Club. Directed by Ice Cube, The Players Club was a comedy drama that focused on the life of a young woman working as a stripper in a club, highlighting issues related to gender, power dynamics, and economic struggles. The film was both a critical and commercial success, and its soundtrack featured a variety of artists contributing tracks that underscored the film's themes. Brownstone's contribution, Don't Play Me Wrong, was a significant addition to the soundtrack. The song showcased the group's continued focus on delivering powerful vocal harmonies and emotionally resonant lyrics. Don't Play Me Wrong is a mid-tempo R&B track that carries the same signature style. Brownstone was known for soulful and heartfelt vocal performances with an underlying message of strength and self-respect. The song's lyrics speak to the theme of demanding honesty and authenticity in relationships, a recurring theme in Brownstone's music that resonated with their audience. While Don't Play Me Wrong was not released as a single, its inclusion on the Players Club soundtrack helped keep Brownstone in the public eye during a time when the group was navigating their post-debut album phase. The song allowed them to maintain their connection with fans and contributed to their ongoing narrative of resilience and adaptability in the music industry. Despite the hurdles faced by Brownstone after their initial rise to fame, including lineup changes and the need to reinvent themselves, the group's work during this period from 5 Miles to Empty to Don't Play Me Wrong demonstrated their commitment to maintaining their artistry and connecting with their audience. Both songs, in different ways, reflect the themes of emotional endurance, authenticity, and strength that are central to Brownstone's music and message. The group challenges. In 2007, Brownstone attempted a resurgence in the music scene by adding a new member, Tisha Lott, to the group. This marked another effort to revitalize the group's career after a series of lineup changes and internal conflicts that had previously led to disruptions in their trajectory. However, despite this addition, the group faced ongoing challenges in the music industry, and they were unable to organize and complete a third album. The difficulties in stabilizing their lineup and internal dynamics, combined with the changing landscape of the R&B genre, made it tough for Brownstone to recapture their earlier success and produce a new album that would resonate with their fan base. Following the continued setbacks with Brownstone, Nicole Gilbert, one of the original members, decided to transition from her music career to television. Gilbert began to focus on new opportunities that would allow her to expand her brand and influence beyond her role in the music industry. This shift led her to become one of the main cast members on R&B Divas, Atlanta, a reality television show that premiered in 2012. R&B Divas, Atlanta was a reality TV series that aired on TV One and centered around the lives of several female R&B singers from the 90s and early 2000s. The show aimed to showcase their efforts to reboot their careers, balance their personal lives, and navigate the complexities of the music industry as seasoned artists. The series featured other prominent figures from the R&B world, such as Faith Evans, Selena Johnson, Monica, Kiki Wyatt, and later additions like Angie Stone and Latavia Robertson. R&B Divas, Atlanta quickly became known for its drama-filled storylines and behind-the-scenes look at the lives of these artists. During her time on R&B Divas, Atlanta, Nikki Gilbert's personality and behavior quickly became a focal point of the show. While the series initially aimed to provide an authentic glimpse into the lives of the artists and their efforts to navigate personal and professional struggles, Gilbert's conduct often attracted considerable attention from both fans and critics. Her interactions with the other cast members were frequently characterized by conflict and tension, leading to friction and dramatic confrontations that became a staple of the show. Gilbert's approach on the show, which was perceived by many viewers as confrontational and unyielding, made her one of the most polarizing figures on R&B divas, Atlanta. The tension she created with her co-stars often overshadowed the show's original intention to celebrate and showcase the comeback efforts of beloved R&B singers. The dynamic between her and the other cast members was a constant source of drama, and while this aspect added to the show's entertainment value, it also led to a significant amount of backlash against Gilbert. The public's perception of Nikki Gilbert on the show was largely negative, with many viewers finding her behavior off-putting and excessively antagonistic. Her persona on the show was frequently described as difficult and combative, and her clashes with other cast members often resulted in divisive reactions from the audience. As a result, Nikki Gilbert was seen as one of the most contentious personalities on reality television at the time. Rolling Out magazine, a prominent African-American culture and lifestyle publication, highlighted the negative reception that Gilbert received. The magazine reported that she was one of the most universally reviled and repelling personalities on television, reflecting the widespread disdain for her conduct on the show. This strong criticism from both media and fans alike further cemented her reputation as a controversial figure in the world of reality television. The negative press and fan backlash reached a point where it was reported that Nikki Gilbert's presence on the show was detrimental to its overall dynamic and reception. Her contentious interactions with the other divas and her perceived unwillingness to work collaboratively were seen as factors that detracted from the show's intended focus on female empowerment and the resilience of women in the music industry. In 2013, just a year after the show's debut, it was reported that Nikki Gilbert was dropped from R&B Divas, Atlanta. This decision was likely influenced by the overwhelmingly negative reception she received from viewers and the friction that arose between her and the other cast members. The show's producers and network executives were looking to maintain the series' appeal and focus, and Gilbert's divisive presence became a significant obstacle to that goal. In 2014, following her controversial tenure on R&B Divas Atlanta, Nikki Gilbert spoke out about the lasting negative impact that her participation in the show had on her personal and professional life. She candidly expressed her regrets and detailed how the reality TV experience had caused what she described as irreparable damage. In an interview with the website Coco Fap, Gilbert reflected on the toll that the show and the subsequent backlash had taken on various aspects of her life, revealing the significant consequences of her decision to be a part of the reality series. Gilbert revealed that her appearance on R&B Divas Atlanta not only affected her career, but also deeply impacted her personal life, particularly her family. She lamented that the show and the way she was portrayed caused stress and emotional pain for her mother. The media attention, coupled with the harsh criticism from viewers, put an immense strain on her family dynamics. Reality television often amplifies and distorts real-life issues, and Gilbert's situation was no exception. Her mother became a collateral victim of the intense scrutiny that reality TV stars often face, which Gilbert found deeply troubling. Additionally, Gilbert spoke about the detrimental effect the show had on her marriage. The negative press and public backlash stemming from her portrayal on R&B Divas Atlanta brought unwanted attention and stress to her relationships. The portrayal of her personality as confrontational and divisive on the show did not just shape public perception, it also infiltrated her private life, creating ripples that affected her closest relationships. Reality TV's drama-driven narratives often push participants to the brink, and in Gilbert's case, the fallout was felt in her marriage, causing strain and tension. Nikki Gilbert's career and business ventures also suffered significantly as a result of her involvement in the show. She explained that the negative publicity from her time on R&B Divas Atlanta made her less appealing to potential investors. She described losing several lucrative investment opportunities because of the negative image that had been crafted of her on the show. In the entertainment and business worlds, reputation is crucial, and the drama surrounding her persona on the reality series led many brands to distance themselves from her. Companies and investors often seek to align themselves with figures who embody positivity and marketability, and Gilbert's reality TV image created challenges in this regard. Gilbert was particularly disheartened by the way her public image, as shaped by the show, did not accurately reflect who she was as a person. She expressed frustration over the one-dimensional portrayal that focused primarily on conflict and confrontation. Looking back, Gilbert admitted that she regretted ever joining R&B divas. Atlanta. She felt that the negative repercussions of her time on the show far outweighed any benefits she might have gained from the increased visibility. The damage extended beyond public perception. It affected the core of Gilbert's personal and professional life. The loss of investment opportunities, the damage to her brand, and the impact on her family and marriage were not merely superficial consequences. They were deeply personal and long-lasting. These experiences led her to caution others about the potential risks of participating in reality television, especially when the portrayal of one's character is largely out of one's control. Despite the setbacks, Nikki Gilbert continued to rebuild and focus on her career post-R&B divas. She channeled her energy into various creative and entrepreneurial projects, drawing on her extensive experience in the music and entertainment industries. In 2015, hopes for a reunion of the original Brownstone members were dashed by a tragic event. Charmaine Maxey Maxwell, one of the founding members of Brownstone, passed away on February 27, 2015, at the age of 46. Her sudden death sent shockwaves through the music industry and among fans. Charmaine Maxwell's death was both shocking and deeply saddening, not just because of the loss of a talented artist, but also due to the tragic and unexpected circumstances surrounding her demise. On the evening of February 27, 2015, Maxwell was home after attending her son's soccer game earlier in the day. According to reports from TMZ and other media outlets, she was alone at home with her son when the incident occurred. Her husband, music producer Karsten Solshock, who had been out, returned home around 9 p.m. to a horrifying scene. He found Maxwell unconscious and bleeding profusely from a neck wound. It appeared that Maxwell had suffered a fall, resulting in a severe cut to her neck from a broken wine glass. Upon discovering her, Solshock immediately called 911. Emergency responders arrived quickly and transported her to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. Despite their efforts, the situation was dire. Maxwell had already lost a substantial amount of blood, and tragically, she died on the way to the hospital. The Los Angeles Police Department responded to the emergency call and investigated the scene to determine the cause of the incident. They examined the circumstances carefully, particularly given the unusual nature of the accident. According to the LAPD, the investigation led them to conclude that Maxwell's death was the result of an accidental fall that caused her to break a wine glass, which then led to the fatal neck injury. Detectives confirmed there was no evidence of foul play, ruling out any criminal activity or intention in her death. The fact that the cut on her neck came from a broken wine glass was both baffling and tragic. The details painted a picture of a heartbreaking accident that resulted in an untimely death. Maxwell's family and friends were left to grapple with the sudden loss, finding it difficult to comprehend how such a freak accident could take a life so full of talent and potential. Maxwell's husband, Karsten Solshock, and their son were devastated by her sudden passing. Family members spoke to the media about their heartbreak, describing Maxwell as a loving wife, mother, and dedicated artist who had brought joy to many through her music. The sense of loss was palpable, as the family faced the reality of moving forward without her. Nikki Gilbert, another original member of Brownstone, shared her grief over losing a longtime friend and group member. In her statement, she referred to Maxwell as her sister and expressed the deep sorrow of losing someone who had shared so much of her musical journey. The tragedy brought back memories of the group's early days, their rise to fame, and their struggles along the way. The idea of a reunion with the original members became even more poignant and heartbreaking, knowing that it would never come to pass. Charmaine Maxwell's legacy as an artist remains significant within the realm of R&B music. Known for her powerful voice and vibrant presence, she contributed to some of the genre's most memorable music of the 90s. The Reunion. In the mid-2000s, the legacy of Brownstone, the iconic 90s R&B group, experienced a revival through both homage and reunion efforts that brought their music to a younger generation. This resurgence was sparked by a significant moment in 2016, when Canadian rapper Tory Lanez sampled Brownstone's hit, If You Love Me, for his single Say It. This track, built around the distinctive melody and harmonies of Brownstone's original, introduced their classic sound to new listeners, showcasing the timelessness of their music and the impact it continued to have on contemporary artists. Tory Lanez's decision to sample If You Love Me was more than just a nod to a beloved R&B hit. Say It became a breakout single for Lanez, reaching significant positions on music charts and garnering millions of streams and views. The success of Say It led many younger fans to explore the origins of the song, discovering Brownstone's powerful 1994 original. Lanez's sample highlighted the enduring appeal of Brownstone's music and served as a testament to the group's influence on the next generation of artists. The group's signature harmonies and heartfelt lyrics resonated just as strongly decades later, proving the timeless nature of their sound. However, for Brownstone's members, particularly Nikki Gilbert, this resurgence was bittersweet. In interviews following the release of Say It, Nikki expressed her mixed feelings. On one hand, she was proud and happy that a new generation was discovering their music and that their work was being appreciated anew. On the other hand, it was deeply painful that Charmaine Maxwell, who had passed away in 2015, was not around to witness the renewed interest in their music. Maxie's death had been a significant emotional blow to the group, and her absence was felt profoundly during moments of celebration like this. In February 2019, to further capitalize on the renewed interest in their music and to celebrate their enduring legacy, it was announced that Brownstone would reunite for a special one-off performance at the 25th anniversary of the Essence Music Festival. The Essence Festival, known for celebrating African American culture and music, provided a fitting platform for Brownstone to reconnect with fans, both old and new. The reunion was a highly anticipated event, featuring founding members Nikki Gilbert and Monica "Mimi" Dobie, along with returning member Taisha Brown. The reunion was not just a chance to perform, it was a moment to honor Charmaine Maxwell and the journey they had shared as a group. Nikki Gilbert remarked that although Maxie could not be physically present, they knew she was there in spirit, a sentiment that resonated deeply with fans who remembered Maxwell's contributions to the group. This performance became a celebration of sisterhood and legacy, reminding audiences of the powerful connection the members shared and the timeless quality of their music. Former Brownstone member Keena Cosper, who joined the group after original member Monica "Mimi" Dobie's departure in the 90s, has maintained a unique perspective on the group's evolution. In a candid interview, Cosper shared that she was invited to reunite with founding members Nikki Gilbert and Monica Dobie for upcoming performances. However, she respectfully declined the invitation. While Cosper did not delve deeply into the specific reasons for her decision, it suggested a conscious choice to preserve her independence or perhaps avoid the complex dynamics that can accompany such reunions. Her decision reflects the broader challenges many groups face in managing past relationships and reconciling them with current artistic and personal directions. Cosper's choice may have been influenced by her career focus, which had shifted away from the group dynamic after she left Brownstone. As part of their reunion, in the celebration of their 25th anniversary, Brownstone took the opportunity to rebrand themselves as the Brownstone Experience. This rebranding effort was not just a name change. It signaled a new chapter for the group as they sought to appeal to both their original fan base and a younger, modern audience. Nikki Gilbert explained that they were pushing the envelope, putting our millennial caps on, and rebranding. This statement underscored their intent to remain relevant in a rapidly evolving music landscape, bridging the gap between classic 90s R&B and contemporary musical trends. This move also paved the way for potential new music releases or future tours that could introduce more of their iconic sound to younger listeners, all while keeping the essence of Brownstone alive. Their rebranding efforts and reunion performance were acts of honoring Charmaine Maxwell and keeping her memory alive. As Nikki Gilbert and the rest of the group took to the stage at the Essence Festival, they knew they were not just performing for the crowd, but also for Maxie, whose spirit continued to inspire them. For many fans, the Brownstone Experience was a powerful reminder of the group's remarkable journey and the enduring power of their music. In July 2022, Brownstone achieved a notable milestone when all three of its original members, Nikki Gilbert, Monica Dobie, and Charmaine Maxwell, posthumously were inducted into Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Inc. during the organization's Centennial Bull. Sigma Gamma Rho is a historically African-American sorority founded in 1922, known for its commitment to leadership, service, and sisterhood. The induction of Brownstone into this esteemed organization underscored the group's impact beyond the music industry, acknowledging their contributions to culture, community, and empowerment of women. For Nikki Gilbert and Monica Dobie, this recognition was particularly meaningful as it aligned with their values of female empowerment and community engagement. It also symbolized a deepening of their bond, not only with each other, but with a broader community of like-minded women. Following the sorority induction, and in keeping with their efforts to revitalize their brand and sound, Brownstone announced a new lineup in September 2022. The group now featured founding member Nikki Gilbert, returning member Tisha Brown, and new addition Aaron Jackson. With this lineup, they aim to blend the nostalgic elements of their classic hits with fresh energy. On September 13th, 2022, the new lineup announced the release of their latest single, All I Want, which was set to drop on September 30th, 2022. The release of All I Want was met with interest from fans eager to hear how Brownstone's classic R&B sound would be interpreted by its latest members. This new track marked the group's first new music in years, and while it sought to retain the essence of its rich vocal harmonies and emotive delivery, it also demonstrated its ability to adapt to contemporary R&B trends. The song provided a modern twist on the group's signature sound, appealing to both longtime fans and a new generation of listeners. However, the group's lineup was not set in stone. Shortly after the release of All I Want, it was announced that Tisha Brown had departed from Brownstone. In her place, Alexis Jones, the sister of Aaron Jackson, joined the group. This change signaled another shift in the dynamics of Brownstone, with the group now composed of Nikki Gilbert, Aaron Jackson, and Alexis Jones. These frequent changes in membership reflect the evolving nature of the group as they navigate new creative paths while staying rooted in their original mission and sound. Bringing in Alexis Jones added a familial layer to the group's chemistry, potentially creating a fresh dynamic that could offer new possibilities for their music and performances. In 2023, as part of their ongoing effort to both celebrate their legacy and create new music, Brownstone released a live cover of the classic Motown hit, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. This song, famously performed by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell, and later by Diana Ross, is an enduring anthem of perseverance and love. Brownstone's decision to cover this track was significant, as it not only paid homage to the greats of a previous musical era, but also allowed them to showcase their vocal prowess in a live setting. The release was a part of their upcoming live covers album, a project aimed at bridging the gap between their past and present musical journeys. Despite these new releases and efforts to rebrand, the Brownstone Experience has yet to release any new original music beyond their live covers. This has left some fans eager for fresh material that would capture the essence of Brownstone's classic 90s R&B sound while reflecting their growth as artists. The focus on live covers could suggest that the group is taking a cautious approach, perhaps testing the waters before committing to an entirely new album of original songs. Looking ahead, the future of Brownstone remains open to many possibilities. With a fluctuating lineup and a commitment to evolving their brand, the group could potentially delve into various projects, from new music releases to live performances and even multimedia ventures. As the Brownstone Experience continues to develop, fans hope to see them harness their strengths and perhaps finally deliver new original music that pays homage to their roots while pushing them into new territory. What do you think of Brownstone's Experience? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Did you like this video? Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more entertaining videos. And do not forget to explore our other videos for more interesting stories and insights.